Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. And I didn't actually record an intro for this video because this is technically episode 2, so if you haven't seen episode 1, make sure to go back and check that out. But otherwise, grab some snacks, kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. I also don't know if I have any skills right now, any clips right now. I wonder if there's, there has to be a storage keeper. Is there anything that I need out of here? I mean, I'll probably, actually no, because they, I can grab these. Sure. I've had these for a while. Legendary ring. Yeah, I don't even remember what event this was from, but yeah, and I remember that this ring was like the coolest thing to me because I was like, man, 10 attack power. That's a lot. And now that's like nothing. All right. So we'll head over to Gold Beach. And we'll probably just train on over here until third job. I don't know if we'll hit fourth job this video. Maybe we will. It depends how I'm feeling and how long I feel like editing for. Oh man, yeah, our jump makes us go far. My goodness. Whew. Cool. All right, yeah, I like training over here. This is like a nice area to. I always like flat maps. I guess corkscrew flow's the best one for us to use. Yeah, because you can. Yeah, because you can't jump and use the uppercut. So yeah, this is probably the main mob skill. Still pretty. Look at that range. Absolutely massive range. Yeah, I probably should have gone over like why I named him Poosuke. If you haven't figured out by now, oh, that is cool. Look at that. That's neato. I've put in like a bunch of like JoJo references in my previous videos. I guess some people probably haven't watched them, but I do like add in anime references just because that's something I watch. I kind of feel like playing MapleStory and watching anime is very synonymous, but I could be very wrong about that. I think it's like the whole like 2D, very like, no, MapleStory's not cartoonish. Cartoonish is the wrong word, but you guys know what I mean. That from like a typical like World of Warcraft RPG, like you're probably like maybe you watch anime, but I feel like with MapleStory players, like particularly, like there's a lot of anime fans among us. Oh man. I also love a good. I love a good Among Us reference. I don't think I'll ever get tired of a well-timed Among Us reference. At least looking at the fourth job, buccaneer skills. I know you get like the octo punch, and you have like your Super Saiyan like stand right behind you. That's like punching along with you. So that's like kind of the whole spiel with that. Part 4 is probably my favorite JoJo part. I don't know if I want to start talking about JoJo now. I don't know how many JoJo fans are in the audience, but yeah, part 4 is so amazing. I could probably make a video about it, but also like trying to get the footage for episodes. I feel like that's a giant landmine for copyright strikes and stuff. But alright, one more boss. Let's go. I can't even see anything. Oh, cool. Still can't see anything. There we go. So what is this energy do? Okay, so we get like some. That's interesting. So while we're charged, we get, instead of MP, we use some of our charged energy. Okay, that makes sense. Guys, I'm learning the mechanics. I'm not too much of a boomer. Not even that old. Yeah, part 4, very good. If you haven't watched JoJo, I mean, I guess I can recommend it, but I don't want to be that JoJo fan and be like, oh, you gotta watch JoJo, man. It's the best thing out there. I wouldn't call the JoJo franchise like a complete masterpiece, though. I think it does have its flaws. Even in part 4 has a couple of flaws that irk me a little bit, but I definitely think it's a series that a lot of people can learn to, come to enjoy. We're actually gonna go ahead and buy. Yeah, we'll buy one of these. Go back to Gold Beach. And I would do one of the theme dungeons. It's just that I think the rate at which you level up might be a little bit faster. Just grinding. I actually really like the Rain Straight theme dungeon. I think the mask is oh gosh. That's what the mask is. I hope people get that reference. Like I really hope so. But if you don't, just I guess you're one of the lucky ones. But I really do like a lot of the masks in MapleStory, like the dual blader mask. I think was a cash up item. I think that looks really, really cool. Yeah, and I also remember doing the I think it's the Mushroom Kingdom theme dungeon. Like that used to be like the training spot. For like once you got to level 30, like that was those were easy levels. And it was a pretty fun theme dungeon too. But now I don't know if people would actually do theme dungeons nowadays. I guess there's just not really. I guess some of them do give pretty good rewards. That might be just for like reboot. I don't know what people on non-reboot servers do. The one thing that I really do miss from MapleStory is party quests. I wish we could still do more party quests. Like for level 30, I think actually even before you hit level 30, I think it was the one in Kerning City. It's like I forget what it is, but it's I think you like travel into the swamp and you like collect stuff or whatever. But that was a lot of fun. And then the Moon Buddy party quest, that was lots of fun. I can hear the music right now. I'll try to find it, and maybe I'll put it in for this section. But I really like the Moon Party, the Moon Bunny party quest. Lots of nostalgia in those. My other favorite one would be like the Looty party quest. With all like to fight the big like block golems, and there's like a lot of puzzles. I think there's like the teleport, the one where you like stand on a block and then you have to go up and you have to find the correct path up. That was lots of fun. I think you got the broken glasses out of that. I think one of my characters still has that. That also, just because I haven't played him since back in those days. I actually don't know how far back my account dates to. I want to say 2012. That sounds about right, because I was also playing RuneScape at the same time. I didn't get nearly as into RuneScape as I did MapleStory. I have a friend that's like very, very into MapleStory, or not MapleStory, very into RuneScape. And I tried to get him into MapleStory, and like apparently he played by himself, and he was like, "No, this is too flashy." And I was like, "Too flashy? What do you mean? The flashier, the better, right?" But for him, that wasn't the case. But like, I looked at his Steam profile, and he had like 10 hours on MapleStory, and I was like, "What the heck? How do you play this for 10 hours and hate it? Like, how do you tolerate something that you just don't like for 10 hours?" Like, that was beyond me. But yeah, I used to play a lot of RuneScape. I think I know there aren't classes, but I think I just mained a mage. Like, I was always carrying around like runes and stuff. But I don't know. I don't think clearly I didn't enjoy RuneScape as much as I do MapleStory. Otherwise, this would have been a RuneScape channel. But he's like absolutely crazy with RuneScape. Like, sometimes he can play it for like, it feels like it's his like part-time job that he's playing RuneScape. Like before his summer internship started, like I'd be working like my 8 to 5, and then he'd be like just playing RuneScape from like basically the same time that I was working, maybe a little bit later, but he'd be playing RuneScape for maybe upwards of like 9-10 hours a day, which like I don't understand how someone can do that. Like I wish I had that much passion to put into something for 10 hours, but even like MapleStory, after playing it for like 2 hours, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of done. At least for like weeklies. Like weeklies actually don't take that long. My weekly like progression, I guess, is always do Maple Tour. I think that just goes across the board for anyone looking to progress a little bit slowly, like slowly but surely. Do Maple Tour, and then I'll do the Arcane River dailies, which don't take too long. At least when there's like an event going on. With us having Neo Castle. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think it's Neo Castle. Yeah, this is the Neo event. I know my MapleStory. Don't worry, guys. With like the Neo Castle or like any event going on, like the Hotel Maple event that was going on a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago. I don't want to say a couple. Oh, I don't actually. Don't quote me on that. The Hotel Maple event. You know, just buy the hyper teleportation rock. That's the one thing that like I love about Reboot, is that you can actually buy that in the cash shop. But I don't know. I like my comfy zone over here. I feel like I've invested too much time on Alcium. Well, it used to be I think it was not El Nino, I think was the name of the server. Because that was the East Coast server, but clearly a merger happened. But yeah, buying one of those hyper teleportation rocks and just using that for just grinding around is really nice. Then after that, if I haven't capped whatever coin, gem, whatever, I'll do that at my favorite Earth Spirits training ground. I've been there for, I mean, I get, when you unlock Arcana, is it, I think it's 225, maybe 220? No, it has to be like 2. Okay, I'll put it on screen here. But yeah, I mean, I just love Earth Spirits. Maybe I'll find another training ground to go to once I hit 240, but at least for now, it's too good. It's too good for me. I'll do that, and then I'll do the dark tree, and then I'll do Haven. And I actually still need to sell a lot of the like faint stigma stones and the was it the diffusion? Yeah, diffusion things. I forgot what they're called. Diffusion energy cores. I'm trying to like keep my combo up while also trying to upgrade this. I will tend to learn crossbones. Okay, interesting. Max that out. Get knuckle booster. Cool. Get knuckle booster. Pop that on. There we go. And we'll be leveling up first. We already got physical training. We'll get dark clarity. It's a very interesting skill for a pirate class. Dark clarity. Calms your heart to provide an increased attack power. Okay. We'll leave it there for now. Pop this on. Oh yeah, look at that damage. Look at the deeps. Look at that. Yeah, then after I do like those, I'll do the do all my bosses. But at least for like regular days, like I don't actually go bossing. I just do Maple Tour and then coin capping or gem capping. Which, like, again, probably not the most like optimized experience, but I think if you want to commit to MapleStory like daily, you know, do something that you can actually like tolerate on the regular, because I couldn't imagine going around and doing, oh wait, we're like hitting like 20k on the, it's nuts. And I know like it's kind of crazy that sometimes people do like multiple coin capping on multiple characters like every day. Like for me, like I need to just play one character and like that's it. Like I kind of have difficulty just like playing 2 characters at once, but then, you know, some people do like 5 characters where they're doing coin capping, and like that to me that's insane. But nothing but respect for those people. yeah, I'm kind of interested to hear like what other people do for their like, I'm gonna say like, yeah, like their habitual, that's the right word, right? You know, habitual MapleStory daily, weekly grinds. Like what do you guys do? Are you guys like the whole, it's daily reset time to play, or, because at least for me, like I play every day. I don't know why, but this beach is making me think of, I had this project in AP Language and Composition, or AP English 3 in high school. This is way, well, okay, I don't want to say it's that way far back, but we had to do this like, it's basically like arguing like a court case, not a court case, but argue a claim. And there were like 2 classes of AP Lang. There was like a first period and we were second period. And the basic whole task was that a couple of us would come up with like claims. And then there would be like one group in one class would argue like the positive, which, or like the affirmative, and then the other class would try to argue like the negative or just the opposite. And so I don't know why, I think I was also taking like APES at the same time, which is AP Environmental Science. And so I was like heavily into like, oh yeah, we need to protect the earth. And so I wrote down, I was like, we should be limited to 2 children, which probably a very hot take. But you know what, as a high schooler me, I was like, you know what, this is the best option to help save the earth. And so we got our group of 3. It was me and these 2 other people, and we were going to argue that families should be limited to 2 children. Of course, there was nuance in that wasn't just like the blanket statement, which I think China has a 2-child policy right now. I know they had the 1-child policy for a while. But the other class 1, they had to argue the opposite. So, you know, that family shouldn't be limited to 2 children. And I think like one of the most important parts of our argument was that like, oh, if in the case that, you know, you have triplets, you know, that's okay. Or in the instance you have quadruplets, quintuplets. Just because like one of the key arguments that they were going to present was that one of their group members was a part of quadruplets. So they're going to be like, oh, what do you mean? Like, I shouldn't be able to exist? Like, you know. So, you know, just like thinking about argument flow and like thinking about what they'll present and then how you can have evidence to present against it. It wasn't like serious or anything. Like, I don't think like anyone was trying to get like all uppity about policy, but just trying to like make a good argument, and like doing like cross examinations and trying to find flaws in what they said. I think we won. Yeah, the one part that I didn't like about the grading scheme for that particular project is that if you won, like winning was a part of your grade. I think it was like 5 to 10 points, just like did you win the debate. And like we had the debates at during lunch, so like people would drop into the class and they would just listen in, and then they would vote, and you know, our teacher would tally them all up, and he'd announce who won the debate the next day or whatever. It was actually a lot of fun. I had the job. There was like 3 positions of doing like the opening, like introducing opening arguments, cross-examination where you would try to poke holes in the other team's opening statement, and then there's like a final closing statement where you can like address the cross-examination, depending on the order, and then, you know, final closing argument, just like reinstating all your points and claims. And I had to do cross-examination, and like I don't know if this counts as me like getting sweaty or tryharding, but I just wanted to get a good grade because The class is hard, kind of hard. Oh, look at this drop right here. I really like this hat. I know it's pivoting topics, but okay, level 60. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this counts as me getting sweaty in an English class, but I mean, I wanted to win. I wanted to be valued to my group members and be like, hey, you know, I kind of led you all down this path by coming up with this argument. I wanna try and help everyone be successful in our group. So I made like a flow chart of like yes and no, and like basically kind of phrasing it in the way that like if they said no to any of these questions, like it'd be pretty bad. And so like I think so this is where you have to use more than one of my brain cell. I think I started off with like, do you care about the earth? Which, like, you know, if you say no, that's pretty bad. Like, you say like, oh, you don't care about the earth, huh? I guess you're just a terrible person. But that's, I guess that's was that ad hominem? Attack on the man, what that translates to? Attack on the person. Which, like, I think, yeah. So this was around the time that the U.S. presidential debate was going on between the Dumpy Boy and Hillary. And so we watched a couple of those and just kind of pointing out, like, you know, different logical fallacies. And that's not to say that logical fallacies are inherently bad. Like, they are effective. It's just that, like, as an educated viewer, can you detect when they're using logical fallacies and then kind of remove that part from their argument and say like, oh, are they just like really just trying to, you know, do a smear campaign, or are they actually bringing up very good points? But you know, sometimes it could be kind of difficult to distinguish between the two. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, I think I like went down the path like, do you care about the earth? So, you know, they're gonna say yes to that because people, you know, care about the earth because, you know, it's our home. And yeah, I really forget like the whole process I was going through, but I was trying to lead them down the path of like, you know, having a very large family, maybe more, is less important than the health of the earth. Which, you know, I guess depending on your view is maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, but I don't mean to start a flame war in the comments, but that's, I mean, you didn't have to, even if you didn't specifically agree with the topic, like, you could argue it even if you don't personally believe it. And like, at least for me, like, that is a very like blanket way to get rid of, like, to help save the earth. I don't think if that limiting people to like a couple of limiting families would save everything, protect everything. Maybe it might help in the long run, maybe, but, or in the short term, but I think like looking long term, I think there's a lot more stuff that we could probably do to keep protecting the earth, or not protect, but is protect the right word? Maybe it is. But just like ensure that, you know, we won't all die because of climate change. But yeah, that was my that was my ability of cross-examining. I also learned that I don't want to be a lawyer. I thought it was like super stressful to like think of like it was like Death Note. It's like, oh, if they say this, then I know that I'm gonna have this evidence and all according to plan. It did feel like that, like trying to, I don't want to say manipulate, but also it just started raining like very heavily, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. I thought someone was taking a shower, but nope, it's just rain. Yeah, I know some people, like, one of the this one was actually pretty bad. One of the arguments was people should be mandated to get vaccines, or like children have to get vaccines. Like, it should be mandated that children should get vaccines. And our English teacher at the time had like a pretty young child, I think like 3 or something. And he was joking when he said this. When he was like, whoever wins the debate will decide the outcome of my child. So if the group that says that vaccines should not be mandated for kids, I won't vaccinate my child. It was just really funny to hear. He was joking, which I'm glad, because I think it would be very weird if he was swayed by the arguments of high school kids. Not that high schoolers can't give great arguments. I think they can, but I don't think it's great to get medical advice from high schoolers. That's just me, though. Yeah, high school is a weird time. Sometimes I just wake up. Actually, I don't wake up. I just sit there on the side of my bed. I just think about it. I'm just like, man, that was a thing. But I mean, I'm looking at like age demographics for at least the views I get. Most people are above the age of being in high school, like 18 plus. So we either got people that are in college or still working, or just working, or whatever. But sometimes I'll just sit there and just think about, like, you know, high school's a thing that happened, and sometimes I shiver at the thoughts of the events that transpired. Not that like I had a terrible experience. I think my experience was like, it was okay. I wouldn't say like, if I could go back, I definitely would. I would hate to go back. But I think they were like, it had some upsides and downsides. Same with college. Like, there have been some upsides. There's some upswings and some downswings. But overall, I'm happier with the college experience than the high school experience. Like freshman year was like especially rough. I don't know how you guys are, but like when I think back to like freshman year of high school and college, like I look at all the mistakes I made and I'm like, man, it's pretty bad. But I think that's a nice growing experience, that you can reflect on the mistakes that you made. And I think there was someone on, I feel like it was Reddit, that they said, you know, if you look back at your past self and you don't want to hit them, like you don't want to like punch yourself in the face, then you probably haven't grown enough. And I thought about that. I was like, yeah, you know, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. But yeah, it is really cool to just like kind of think about like how much like viewpoints have changed and perspective on things have changed. Just like because of either, you know, schooling, that AP English class really taught me a lot about like, yeah, like arguments are very important. Like if you are persuasive, nothing can really stop you. Like if you can convince people of anything, that's very dangerous. And I mean, we see real life examples of like charismatic, very I don't want to say like sound argument, but like they are very convincing. And, you know, that's very dangerous. You know, depending on how many people they have influence over. Like, I mean, even like YouTubers in general, like some of the things and stuff they say like can be very yabe. All right, looks like we're almost there to level. There we go, level 61. All right, let's hop over here and let's go do our job advance already. Gosh, I've only been recording for an hour. Where to get third job? There he is. I think the character designs of these like third job instructors look so cool. Maybe I'm just like a sucker for like robes, but I think these look super cool. Anyway, we'll talk to Pedro. Yeah, Roger. Oh, wait, well, I should probably assign. Should probably have done this, but alright, where are you? Alright, are we gonna one-shot her? Nope. 2, 3, 4. we go. Honestly, kind of tanky. And we pass. There we go. Master of Fist and Knuckles. Your strength to the fullest. Of course. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Alright, look at us. We look kind of derpy, but it's okay. Spiral Assault. Is this already where we get our stand? Is this it? Let's try this out. Oh, there it is. That is cool. 20 damage. I feel like this is just like a better version of the corkscrew is like a jump. Yeah. We'll have to see. Energy burst. Okay, sure. Oh, this is a cool ability too. Cool. What is this? It's a chance to stun enemies. Okay. Cool. Supercharge. Sure, we'll put punch there. And roll the dice. Stun mastery and rolls wings. Oh, that's cool. Damage taken. Reduction. No crit rate. It's nice. We'll probably put points into this. Oh, can I just not go to Sleepywood? But yeah, guys, I think this is a good stopping point. Actually, hopefully, this is the burning field. No, okay. So I won't do the surprise mission. But yeah, that's it for me. So to wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for watching. Until we meet again, take care, everyone.